Hello, beautiful soul. It's Kimmy here, and I'm excited because today I get to share something magical with you, the Fairy Tale Heroine Oracle. So I'm going to unbox this deck
Hello,
with you.
beautiful soul. It's Kimmy here, and I'm excited because today I get to share something magical with you. The fairy tale.
Had to change the little bit of the volume there. Anyways, we're going to look at the gorgeous deck together, and we're going to pull a card to see what messages come through for us. And yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So super excited about this. Was going to do it on Instagram too, but my phone seems to be having some issues. So this is the front of the box. It's the Fairy Tale Heroine Oracle, and it's by Sharon Blackie and illustrated by Amanda Clark. It's a 48 card deck and guidebook. And on the back, it says fairy tales build rich, deep lessons that reveal a pathway towards change and living more fully in the world at their heart. The process of transformation, the archetypal images, characters, and motifs in this magical oracle act as keys to unlock your inner wisdom and offer comfort, guidance, and inspiration at every point of the long, winding journey of life. So this is the back of the card, sort of shows some of the ones. This is one that I have got from the Hay House card deck club. Inside it says stories or spells. They change things. May they and the images you encounter in this deck offer sound guidance for your heroine's journey. So picture, love it. Does definitely make a person think about fairy tales. So we are going to get to the cards, but first we are going to flip through the guidebook briefly. And so I'm going to see what it says here. So it's a very nice little guidebook. It's got some different pulls in there. So it does talk about the contents. So hopefully, I'm hoping that it will be in alphabetical order like most of them are, but just in case, then yes, we will see. So anyways, it has the contents, it has the different cards. So they have the different suits. The first suit is the tasks, the second suit is the places, third suit is the guides, and the fourth suit is the tools. So there is a little bit of an introduction where she introduces the cards, the fairy tale heroine's journey. The Oracle deck has an ally and guide and how this deck is structured. And so then it lays out the different ones. So it does say the task cards represent the tests that are set for the fairy tale heroine so that she can grow and transform and ultimately reach her destination. When these cards appear in your readings, they indicate the nature of the work that's ahead of you so that you too may reach your goal. The suit two is places. The places card describe or depict the magical locations through which the heroine must pass and in which she'll be tested during her journey. When you pull these cards, they'll indicate the nature of the challenge you face and the qualities of the environment that you're opening to right now. Suit three is the guides. The guide cards characterize the allies and the antagonists that the heroine might encounter along her path. When these cards show up for you, you might ask yourself questions about the kind of guidance you need and set about exploring the qualities of the particular ally who's offering insight and intelligence as you navigate the stage of your journey. And then suit four is the tools. The tool card portrays the gifts that will empower the fairy tale heroine to fulfill her destiny. If one of those cards finds its way into your reading, think about the image and the emotions it evokes for you, as well as ways it can be used or the nature of its medicine. So that is that. So then it goes on to working with the fairy tale heroine oracle, introducing yourself to the deck, using the deck for readings, different readings that you can do. They've got the one card pull course. They have the Fairy Tale Heroine Journey spread, going deeper, journaling, dream work, active imagination, write your own fairy tale. And then it gets into the cards. So they do not have pictures of the cards on with the writing, but they do have the writing for each of the cards. So I should have definitely brought my glasses. Actually, give me 1 second. Super organized today. Anyways, so we will get into the cards, and we're just going to look at the different ones that we have here. And so this is the backs of the cards. It's very pretty. They've got the tree with the moon in the middle. And then we're going to just offer some impressions of different ones and kind of look at what they are. So hopefully you will enjoy that. And then when we are done looking at the cards, we're going to pull a card for the collective for everyone. And then you'll be able to catch it either live or on the replay. And yeah. And then if anybody wants a specific card pulled for them, if you just want to drop something into the chat, then I can certainly pull a card for you. Yeah. So let us just see what we got now. So there is the key, the seed. I really love this card. It's it just kind of shows the seed, but it's like growing within the hand. So it's being planted, and then you can actually see how the seed is starting to take form. So I really love that they portrayed that in these cards. Kiss, food, word magic. I think this one is really important because it is really important what we say with our words, and all the words that we speak, resonate one into our bodies, and they also resonate out into the universe to bring things forward for us. So I think that this is really interesting one, and I'll be interested to see. Nettle, the spindle, shoes. Who doesn't love shoes as a girl? Bones, the mirror. I really love how this is reflecting, and it's not really necessarily reflecting the heroine, but it's reflecting sort of the vision that she would see. So I really think this would, to me, it really speaks about what do we see when we're looking outwards. So box, also love a good box. Thread, so weaving your threads. They're very simplistic cards, but they've got a lot of coloring in them, and I think that they will be a really good read. So devil, snake. So interesting with this one, actually had a dream last night, and I have a little bit of fear of snakes, but I had a dream last night where the snake was trying to bite somebody in the eye, but then it was actually kind of wrapping around my own neck, and it actually woke me up like it was like vibrating on my neck. So have to do a little more studying with that, but we'll see. Fairy, the giant, the frog. Wouldn't it be interesting to get the frog and the kiss together? Your fairy godmother, stepmother, talking horse, the dragon, the wolf. This one definitely has Little Red Riding Hood feel to the card. Wise old woman, witch. That's the greatest portrayal, but I think in storybooks, the witch is always, sort of portrayed as that evil person. The locked room, the hearth, Fairy Hill, the wall of thorns, the tower. This is an interesting one because we all know that the tower in tarot is a lot of times things falling and collapsing around us, but it's very interesting how little they have actually made this tower with it being so top heavy. So you can really see that there could be a collapsing of things that go around that. So it's very interesting. Almost gives the feel of almost like a castle that's a bird house. The Enchanted Forest, the Smithy, the King's Palace, the Witch's Cottage, the Well, the Glass Mountain, Home, Spinning, Solving, Saving, Marrying. Oops, and keep them in sort of an order here. Dismemberment, Sacrifice, Disguising. Too stuck here. It's shape-shifting. Was an interesting one. Sleeping, housekeeping, sorting, and apprenticeship. So those are all of the cards in the deck. And so now I'm going to shuffle the deck. And while I'm doing that, if you want to type in the chat, whichever one is calling to you so far that you've seen in this stuff, or what's your favorite fairy tale? And why is that your favorite fairy tale? I'd love to hear you share your stories with me on that while we're shuffling the deck here. We're going to look at what card is for the collective. And like I say, if after the collective card, anybody was like, oh, there you go. Anybody would like a card pulled for them, just let me know. Drop something in the chat, and I can do that for you. So when I shuffled the deck, the one that actually fell out of the deck was Nettle. And so I'm going to read that. Get to the right section. Okay. I found it. So this is in the tools section, Nettle. What I'm seeing with it, like it's interesting how it's really dark and she's collecting the nettle in the dark, and she's putting it into her basket to bring home, and it appears like she's in a graveyard or something like that. So it's almost, to me, it feels like she's getting the power from her ancestors that have been around her, and moving on with some of the knowledge that has come through this sacred plant. So it says, in Hans Christian Sanderson's beautiful fairy tale, The Wild Swans, the heroine must pick stinging nettles with her bare hands and spin them into yarn to make the shirts that will transform her enchanted swan brothers back into men. In completing this hard work, she must remain silent, and she must suffer great pain. Nettles represent endurance. They remind us of the stinging agonies from which the deepest forms of transformation can emerge. They tell us not to be afraid of pain and despair, because out of the difficult work, something beautiful will be born. Nettle, then, is a medicine plant which teaches us how to transmute painful life experiences into personal change and growth. It reminds us of our own resilience and power. Even when we're unable to speak out, it just shows us how to cope with the impossible situations and find a way out of the seemingly overwhelming difficulties. Above all, it's a counterpoint to despair. So, the question that it's asking is, what are you enduring in your life right now, and what can you create out of the stinging pain? So, I think there's some really good um, messages in that, like to reflect on our own inner lives and things like that at this moment and what we're actually going through. So I really do love how they kind of weave the fairy tale into it, which I'm not actually, um, I don't know that fairy tale. So that's an interesting one for me. So I think that's a really a good thing to say. And so if somebody would like me to pull a card for them, I will just give you a few minutes to write in the live chat, and I can do that. If not, then we'll just conclude with the with this for today. Gives everybody a chance. And it'll be interesting to use these. And like I say, it's exciting how it shows, the different fairy tales that are associated with them. So I think there will be some very interesting spreads, and I really do look forward to it. I really do appreciate getting these from the Hay House card deck that I'm in, and I hope that you did enjoy that. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and just wanted to let you know, if you want to connect with us, drop us a line. If you have any questions, if you want to look at getting a reading or Reiki or something like that from either myself or my mom. She's not on the live with me, but from either of us, you can, of course, find us here on YouTube under Daughters of the Moon. You can find us on Instagram, Daughters of the Moon Podcast, Facebook as Daughters of the Moon, and then our website is daughtersmoonpodca.wixsite. So that's wixsite.ca/my site. And so you can get us any of those ways, and we would be happy to do readings or answer questions. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. And may your story today be filled with courage, love, and just a tight touch of fairy tale magic. So until next time, we will see you then. If you're catching it on the replay, hope you enjoy it. Would love to hear from you. Thank you.